I know. I'm working on it.
Seam line goes through here, down here, and up under the dash here. So you got to fill all that in. Sometimes you got to go over it 2-3 times before you get it perfect. And I'm pretty meticulous, so I'll find every little error and fix it. And again, 3 bumpers here, another dash here made, another dash here, and a rear bumper. So got my hands full this week. Next 2 weeks, just every day I'm sanding, prepping for primer. I got a pot over here. I got a sand down too. Sanding down a gull wing. So yeah, and I'll give you a look with the gull wing in front of the 2TV dash here. Of course the pod's not there, but I'm just going to give you a quick look. Okay, same thing with this 1TV dash. Again, the pod's not there. I'm just kind of giving you a rough look of how it will look. Alright, there it is with the edge smoothed out. Okay. Nice and smooth. Now, keep in mind that the windshield comes up in about this angle right here. So you probably won't even see this edge. But I like to clean it up and smooth it out anyway and get all the little air pockets and imperfections out of it. And on this 2TV dash, I don't know why I'm filling in this, because this is going to be cut out, but I already put some filler in there. A couple little spots here. Any little imperfections I find, I'm going to put some filler. Alright, 11 o'clock, so I'm going to call it a night. Been out here for 7 hours. Or 8 hours, sorry, 8 hours, and I took a 30-minute lunch. So you can see I'm almost done with this dash. Just got to put some filler in here, smooth it out a little bit more. And these corners, I like this to round off these edges with filler so they're not so straight. I got the holes here, so if the person wants to cut it, they could just put the saw right in there and then cut. There's a hole here for there. Smooth the seam line all the way. Put a skim coat on that seam line everywhere. Okay. And here's the 2TV dash. Still getting some filler working here. Again, I'm rounding out these corners for them. Each corner gets rounded out. Still got to put some filler in this spot here. And again, the seam line, I went and skim coated the seam line. So these should be done hopefully tomorrow. I'll be able to have these all smoothed out, ready for primer. Alright, we got a 2TV dash here in primer. This thing has been a lot of work to get it perfect. And it's still not perfect, but I did the best I could. These parts still need to be sanded down 320, 400 wet sandpaper before you're going to paint it. But I would suggest sanding it and painting it until you got all your electronics installed, your TVs and all that. You can see I drilled some holes there for you because that needs to be cut out. That's just so you can get your saw in there to cut it out. Again, I don't cut these out because sometimes they need to be cut out straight, sometimes they need to be cut out straight and at an angle. This one was designed for the electronics to fit from the front, but that's very hard to do, so I recommend just cutting wherever you need to. And this is extra deep here, deeper than normal. So if you need to, you can cut it literally like an inch from this groove here and cut that all off. You can cut probably even 1.5 inches off if you wanted to, or if you need to, because that's meant for, it was meant back in the day for the electronics to fit from the front side. But that's very difficult to do, so I don't recommend that. I've done that once and it was really hard to get the templates in there and stuff cut perfectly. Same here, you're going to cut it however you need, or if you need to cut it like that, and then at an angle, or if you want to cut it straight, that's up to you, and it depends on the electronics that you buy. Okay, TV areas, most people cut out the whole area and put a bezel or something, or you could just leave it like that. It's up to you. Depends on your TV again, what kind of TVs you're going to use, what kind of setup. Alright, so that's it for that video. This is a 2TV dash. I think his name's Brian Rose. He's been extremely patient with me. Thank you for that, guy. Dashes, they take me a long time to get finished up. Just so many curves, so many angles. It's hard to lay up these parts, and it's hard to pop them. It's hard to sand all the corners and curves, but we got it done. Alright, so we got a 1TV dash here.
I can't look.
Finished in primer, guys. Steve Laundry, this is yours.
May I help you?
I just primed it today, a few hours ago.
Stop that, right this minute.
It's pretty much dry. Any little spots
Oh
you
no,
see,
not
that's 'cause I
again.
had some solvent pops. I went and dabbed some primer on there, so when you sand that out, it won't be an issue.
Perhaps I can be of some help.
And as you see, cut holes out, so I did that so you can get a saw in there and cut it out however you want it. Now the reason why I don't cut these out is because everybody's making electronics now, and they're all a little bit different in size, and sometimes you need to cut this out like straight.
Excuse me, but just what do you think you're doing?
Depending on the electronics you get, so I'll leave that up to you guys. Alright. That's it.
That's irrelevant. You are not the proper owners of this vehicle, so either you get out, or I will take the appropriate measures.
Alright guys, so tomorrow we'll be working on these parts here. I got 3 bumpers and 1 rear bumper back there, and 2 dashes, 1 TV dash and a 2 TV dash. This 2 TV dash, he had just ordered it, so he's going to be the last of all these to be made, to be finished off. I do know that much, but he's the guy who wanted I think a bumper, and then he changed his mind and wanted 2 TV dash. I do have your pod made for that as well. And then I got a pod over here. I'll put it in the description who's that belong to. I gotta sand that and prime that, and I'll put in the description whose part that is. It's a season 1-2 upper console. But yeah, I think I only got 1 more part to make after all this is done. I think it's a 1 TV dash. Alright, so that's it for this video. I just want to show you guys how many parts I got made up, and they're coming, guys. They're coming.